Verse 54, Sri Vishnu Sahasranama Stotram. Omapomrutapah Somaha Purujit Purusattamaha Vinayo Jayaha Satyasandaha Dasharhaka Satpatam Patihi. There are 10 names in this verse, 5 in the first line and 5 names in the second line. Somapaha Amrutapaha Somaha Purujit Purusattamaha Vinayah Jayah Satyasandaha Dasharhah Satvatam Patihi. Somapaha, receiver or enjoyer of Soma juice is the one is offered to the deities in a sacrifice. So one who drinks the Soma juice or accepts the Soma juice in the yagnas in the form of the deity invoked by the devotees is called Somapaha. The Lord is the receiver of all the offerings in all the rituals because he is the he is the one who is really invoked, irrespective of the deity formally invoked in any yagna. He is called Somapaha. One who drinks the Soma juice also enjoys sipping nectar, Amrita. So he is called Amritapaha, enjoyer of nectar, or it can also mean distributor of the nectar elixir. The Lord at all times enjoyed actually Amrita. Amrita means immortality, supreme bliss. So the one who at all times enjoys the blissful immortality called Amritatvam is the Supreme Lord. During the churning of the ocean of milk by the Devas and Asuras, ocean of milk is called Kshira Sagara, Kshirabdi. When churning took place in the Kshirabdi and once nectar emerged, it was confiscated, snatched by the Asuras, and they ran away. Mahavishnu then manifested in the form of the irresistible Mohini, a beautiful enchanting damsel, recovered the nectar from the Asuras and very quietly, very smartly distributed it to the gods before the Asuras realized what was happening. So Mahavishnu thus is the one who distributed the Amrita to the gods. Mahavishnu also drank the nectar along with the gods. So he is called Amritapaha. The nectar which he enjoys is also given to the devotees as nourishment to the plants in the form of moon, Somaha. Nectar is a symbolic name. Actually, the nourishment which the plants get, because of which we get all the food grains which sustain all the human beings, all the living beings, is nothing less than Amrita, nothing less than, because it is life nourishing, life giving. So it is like nectar. And this is possible because of the moon. Through moonlight, nourishment is given to the earth, and this nourishment is given to the moon. Moon is one more manifestation of the same supreme being. The moonlight enriches the food value in the fruits and grains. Moon supplies the essential sap for the ground for good cultivation. This is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, verse 13 of chapter 15. गामाविश्य च भूतानि धारयामि अहम् ओजसा गामाविश्य च भूतानि धारयाम्यहमोजसा पुष्णामि च औषधीः सर्वाः पुष्णामि च औषधीः सर्वाः सोमो भूत्वा Rasatmakaha. Krishna says, permeating the earth, I support the beings by energy, ojas, and having become the juicy moon, I nourish all the plants. Aushadhihi sarvaha. All the plants I nourish. Ushnami cha aushadhihi sarvaha. How? Somo bhutva rasatmakaha. Having become rasatmakaha somaha. Juicy moon. Gama vishyata bhutani. Permeating the earth. Dharayami. I support. Aham Ojasa. Through energy, I am supporting all the beings by permeating the earth, and by becoming the juicy moon, I nourish all the plants. Now, Soma has one more meaning. Sa plus Uma. Soma. Uma is Parvati Devi. One who is with the Parvati Devi is Lord Shiva. Soma therefore means who is always with Uma, Ma Parvati. Now, the Supreme Being is a conqueror of many forces, Purujit. Now, Purujit, conqueror of many. Now, conqueror is a very general term. Conqueror need not only through violence or only about enemies. Conqueror actually here means winning over. Now, for example, Mahavishnu as Rama won over everybody. He won over the worlds with Satya, truth, won over or bought the loyalty of the poor by dana and charity, by being liberal, by taking care of their needs. The poor were prepared to do anything for Lord Rama. He won over the teachers with seva. The teachers, Vasishtha, Vishwamitra, and all our great teachers were extremely happy with the attitude of service of Lord Rama. He won over all friends with love. He won over all parents with bhakti. He showed bhakti. He showed true affection and devotion to not only Dasharatha, not only Kausalya, but all the mothers, including Kaikeyi, Sumitra, of course, and Kaikeyi also. He had tremendous devotion for them, bhakti for them. So naturally, they were won over. He won over his brothers with anuraga, affection. His affection for Krishna, his affection for Lakshmana, affection for Bharata is unparalleled in any epics, in any story, anywhere in the world. And he won over his dear wife Sita, Mother Sita, with Apyayata. Again, easy translation, simple translation will be love and affection. Okay, sense of belonging, taking care. The Supreme Being, having conquered so many in such a different variety of ways, is praised as the greatest. Purusattamaha. Purusattama means greatest. He is greatest means greater among the great. And the word Puru means great. Purusattama or Purushottama is used in a superlative sense. Purusattamaha, Purusha Uttamaha, Purushottamaha. Purushottama means best, Uttama amongst men. So that means he is the omnipresent, omnipowerful, omniscient Purusha, the absolute reality. Purusattamaha. The Lord, desiring welfare of the world, has to punish everyone who tries to cause misery to the fellow beings, cause misery for the world. And for this, he has manifested as the law. Vinayaha. Vinayaha means the law. He has personified as the law, dharma. He punishes the wrongdoers and imbibes in them humility, Vinayaha. So we can know how the word Vinaya is associated with law. Dandam karoti dushtanam iti Vinayaha. So he imbibes a sense of humility in even the most powerful evildoers by showing the danda, showing the force of law, punishing them if required, not necessarily to harm them or humiliate them, but to mend them, bring them back to the right path. Is the one he himself is the one who shows supreme humility. Vinaya also means one who humiliates those who are unrighteous. The unrighteous persons, those who are humiliated and made to behave, such a person is called Vinaya. Vinaya also means one more meaning of Vinaya. Vinaya also means one who leads well. Naya is a leader. We already seen in verse 43. Naya is leader. Vinaya, 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 one who leads well, one who leads nicely. That means a good leader, an efficient leader, a loving, affectionate leader, a considerate leader, a humane leader, the one who is called Vinaya. So such a Vinaya, such a leader, brings the seekers steadily, brings them to the path of truth and righteousness. Vinayaha. The Supreme Being is ever victorious in punishing the unrighteous. So next name is Jayaha. Jayaha. Jaya is victorious. One who has conquered or one who is victorious over all matter. In order to experience the self, we have to conquer all the lower matter realms and their byproducts. That is, we should first get over the feeling of I. We should stop identifying with the body, the material equipment, the body, the mind, the intellect. So once we disassociate with ourselves, we understand that we are something more than the body. We are something more than the mind. We are something more than the intellect. Because all this will perish, but I don't perish. That supreme I, the Jivatma, will continue. Because it has no birth, it has no death. It is just like the Paramatma. So Atma, Paramatma are considered to be Atma is supposed to be reflection of the Paramatma, not different. Now, one more thing we notice is the previous name was Vinaya, and this name is Jaya. The name Jaya coming immediately after Vinaya, it gives an indication that victory always will come only to those who have humility. Arrogant people can never be victorious in the true sense. Because here victory means victory over not external enemies, victory over the internal enemies also. So arrogant person can never achieve victory over his internal enemies. That is why we say true victory is victory over one's own weaknesses and internal weaknesses, namely kama, krodha, moha, lobha, mata, matsarya, called the Arishad Vargas, six internal enemies. Apart from these six, the most dangerous are the concept of ego, egoism, ahankara, and then mamakara, attachment, considering everything is mine, the feeling of I, my, mine. This is the most dangerous thing. This is the one which holds back the individual from reaching the supreme. These are the internal enemies. Prahlada tells his father, Hiranyakashipu, that you think you are very powerful. You have won over everybody. But have you won over your own internal enemies who are there within your bosom? Obviously, no. The Supreme is worshipped as Satya Swarupa, Satya Sankalpa, Satya Sandha. So, Satya Sandha is the next name. Satya Sandha is one with always righteous resolutions, truthful resolution. The Lord is one. In His perfection, He is completely integrated. The Lord is one. There is only one Supreme. Brahman is only one. He is completely integrated in his resolve, in his thoughts, and his feelings. His words and actions are always truthful. There can never be a mismatch between his word and his action. And as such, every resolve of his becomes fruitful. So we call it Satya Sandaha. His resolutions always are righteous, always will be fruitful, they come true. Heavens might fall down, the earth might tumble down, the Himalayas might be crushed, the ocean may become dry, but my word uttered shall never be in vain. This is what Bhagavan says in Purana. Now, Rama is worshipped and praised as Satya Sankalpaha, Jitendriyaha. And this is especially true because Rama, who repeatedly stated that I can give up the kingdom, I can give up all comforts, I can even give up my dear Sita, who is just my own life, but I can never deviate from my solemn promise. So, this is what Lord Rama declared more than once in Ramayana. Satyasantaha. Satyasandha is born in the Dasharha race. That is Lord Krishna. Dasharha race. Born in a Dasharha clan. Lord Krishna was born in the Dasharha race, that is Yadava Kula. It can also mean one who is fully competent to receive all devoted offerings made in the ritualistic sacrifices. Daso danam tamarhati iti dashargaha. Dasham means danam, charity, gift, or an offering made in a yajna. One who is appropriate for making danam, one who is most eligible for receiving the oblation is Bhagwan. So that's why it's called Dasharha. Such Bhagwan was born in Yadava race and he became the lord of the Yadava race. Swatmatam Patihi. Swatmatam Patihi is the lord of the Yadu clan, Yadava clan, the lord of the Satvat people, we can say. From the followers of Tantra named Satvata. One group of Tantra followers, they are called Satvata. Basically, they are scriptures, essentially sattvic in nature. So they are called Sattvatas. And their Lord is Mahavishnu. So Mahavishnu is the Lord of the Sattvatas, whose scriptures are mainly sattvic in nature. So the essential path of the Sattvatas is single pointed meditation with total devotion upon the form of Lord Vishnu. They always worship Lord Vishnu with single pointed devotion and meditation and total devotion. Now, Mahavishnu is the one who looks after these devotees, these worshippers, known as Sattvatas, by ensuring their yoga and kshema. He looks after all the requirements. So he is known as Sattvatam Patihi. Now, this is the concluding name in verse 54. So we'll stop this particular episode here. Om Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.